car.
Yep.
Credit roll.
That's
How's it going, guys? My name is Indy. She is Vanessa. Today, we are working on a Speed Champ set. One that's, let's just go near and dear to my heart.
It's very important to you.
It is very important to me. It should be very important to you.
We'll get there.
We'll eventually get there. So this is set number 76917. This is the Too Fast and Too Furious Nissan Skyline GT-R R34. This is the one that Brian drives at the beginning of the movie. I'm assuming all of you, if you're watching this, have probably seen the movie by now, so spoilers, I guess. It's a very old movie at this point.
Are there going to be spoilers? Are we going to be discussing the plot?
Well, just about this car, within that. So at the beginning of the movie, he rolls in this car. He takes place in a race against 3 other people. He, of course, beats them through some heroic action jumping over a bridge.
That's normal.
It's a pretty cool scene, but no, that's not how street races go.
That's normal.
Whatever, it's fine. It's a movie, it's Hollywood, you know?
Mm.
He wins the race. Cops come, surprise, surprise, and he tries to run. They shoot the side of his car with some weird little kind of 3-prong, kind of 4-prong if he had the center prong, I think. 3 or 4-pronged little electric thing that like shuts down the electronics in his car, and it makes him crash into like a parking meter, and then he gets arrested. And then there's a whole movie after that.
Hooray.
You sound so enthusiastic. I actually really like that they're doing a bunch of the Fast and the Furious cars. There's a unique minifigure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get Paul Walker / Brian O'Connor.
Yeah.
Brian Earl Spillner. No, that's what his little fake name was in the first movie.
Earl.
Yeah, Brian Earl Spillner.
That's terrible.
I had Jesse look you up. You find anything about anybody on the internet.
I feel like I'm the wrong person to be doing this set with.
No, it's fine.
I feel like...
Albert, we love you. But we're doing this out of us. So this set has 319 pieces. As said, it is a Nissan Skyline R34 GT-R. So let's take a quick look at the box. It's a car.
Yeah.
I'm really happy, like I said, that they're coming out with these. So on the front,
fun.
they are fun. They are. On the front, we have our nice little Fast and Furious logo, Nissan logo. I really hope a lot of other manufacturers kind of get in on this. I would love to see a GR86 for a friend of ours.
Yeah.
On the top of the box here, we have the actual size of the wheel, and these are actually accurate wheels to the ones that were in the movie, so it is, again,
cute.
Nice that they're paying attention to these little details, you know?
Yeah.
Side view of the car. On the side here, we just have the Lego Speed Champs, 03 No Crybabies. We have a nice little angle shot of it. Bottom, nothing special. And on the back, you get the picture of the real car in the movie. You get the kind of inside of the car with the little nitrous bottles and Brian O'Connor. And then you have the back of it. And before we get into it, real quick, I do love that they did this because the R32 and 33 had the same size taillights. The R34 did have bigger than smaller. So you can see this nice little detail where they actually kept the bigger and smaller taillights instead of just doing like the same size.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of a dork about those things.
It's fine.
So I like them. But yeah, we are going to open this up and get into it.
Yes.
You want to open this one?
You have the nib.
Oh no, I can hand you the NIF. Here is the NIF. Okay, sorry, here's the NIF. I'm not gonna grandma you with the knife. Would you like some steak?
Maybe. What is this?
I remember someone posted on Reddit recently about how to like open these in some easier way with the push thing. I don't remember what it was. But like we've talked about a number of times, basically anytime we have to open one of these boxes, we always talk about it. I don't mind perforated little like push things, but they have to work. Lego, I'm looking at you. Kraft mac and
looking
cheese,
at you.
looking at you, because y'all make perforated stuff, but it doesn't work, which is kind of frustrating. Or also, you could just take them shut like you do some of the other boxes, and I would appreciate that more. Oh, I think you can just like pull.
No, it's glued.
Yeah, okay. I was incorrect. Please don't stab yourself.
I'm pushing away.
Meant your hand in the other end. Link.
What happens?
Link Neil. Pushing the blade in. Stick sheets. Instructions.
Many stickers.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's set this right here and get some of this junk out of here. So, we pretty much have 2 bags, a billion stickers, an instruction manual, and a car chassis. Yeah, so we are... Hey, we're recording.
And also they just went out.
Yeah, no, didn't hear anything. Anyways, so yeah, we have a first bag, we have a second bag, we have instructions, stickers, and a car kind of chassis piece, like kind of standard sort
The
of
normal
chassis.
base piece.
For Speed Champs, yeah.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna get into it.
Okay.
So, let's do this. Okay, so that is it. It is together. Overall, I really like it.
Yeah.
But also, you know, like I said, I am a huge fan of the series. So I would naturally typically like when they put out stuff that's kind of like, here's this thing that you're really into. Enjoy it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's cool. I do like that we get you get kind of some exclusive figures with Paul Walker here. Because otherwise you're not gonna get this anywhere else, do you know what I mean? So it is nice to have kind of exclusive figures. He does have the double arm printing, which is kind of nice, you know?
Yeah, it is.
Little features. As per the car, overall, I think accuracy is really like if you look at this and you're into cars, you're like, oh yeah, that's a GT-R.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you see some, like they really hit the key features of the car. So you know what it is when you look at it.
Yeah.
Like I said, the wheels are accurate to the wheels that were on the car, which looks great, you know?
Yeah.
Overall, I like how they use the parts to kind of put everything together, you know? Like when we were building the front end here, this whole thing sort of clips in and out with just a couple little clip guys right there, which is nice. It's always really interesting to see kind of what they have to come up with in terms of building techniques to make these kind of intricate shapes, which is a bit of a funny thing to say because like a lot of the stuff they're coming out with now is much more shapely. You know, in R34, it had shape, but like it wasn't.
There's shape, but it's fairly square.
Yeah, it is a fairly square car. So like, it's nice to see the things they did to make the fairly square car into something that is very accurate to what it was. So I like that, you know. However, there were a lot of stickers and you had to put those on. So if you want to kind of...
Most of them weren't too bad.
That's good. Some were.
These were difficult.
Yeah.
Only because they're super skinny. They're maybe like, like 1/8 of an inch.
Yeah, about that. And
wide.
I think the space you kind of have to work with.
The space is very small. The
Yeah.
gauge clusters inside were difficult. But past that, they were okay.
Yeah, for how many stickers there are on it, everything else was kind of...
But like these were printed. And one...
The seat is printed and the GT-R, yeah.
And the GT-R logo is printed, that's it.
Yeah. Kind of get, but also like...
Kind of get it, but also I feel like it would be a lot more clean looking here on the sides.
I agree. I think you do see some like color differences between the two. Between like the print, between the printed like area versus like the sticker area. It's a minor complaint.
A super minor complaint, but a complaint nonetheless.
Yeah. So stickers, I mean, there are a lot. What's the last
number?
number?
Like 20 some odd.
I see 21, 22 stickers, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 22 stickers. It is a lot of stickers. I understand that.
Which is fine.
For a $25 set,
yeah.
I think it's 25, pretty sure. It makes sense, you know what I mean? But like I said, some stuff would have been nice. A little more stuff would have been nice to have printed, just because.
Like I'm thinking, just like these little pieces would have been nice.
Yeah, these would have. Well, especially because if you like mess these up, I'm not sure because we didn't, but I feel like if you mess them up in some way, and then you try to put them on, they might not be in the correct direction.
Yeah.
You know, and then you're kind of stuck for the most part, and that would not be. That'd be
so
terrible.
It's either printed pieces or maybe duplicate stickers.
Yeah, that's fair. So that way you have something.
Pieces,
yeah, that wouldn't be bad. For something like this specifically, you know what I mean?
Because there were a couple.
Well, when we were double checking.
These skinny ones up here.
Yeah, like I was kind of specific. I'm like, hey, so make sure like, so if you see this is a little spray bar over the intercooler on the car, and in the middle here there's this little dot, which is part of the line that would connect it. And I was like, it needs to be facing this direction for sure because that's what's accurate to the
and
car.
just like trying to get them placed straight, even with the brick separator.
Yeah.
It was almost tweezers would have been better, just because they were so skinny and like setting them in. They really wanted to be crooked.
Yeah. So something to think about if you guys do get this. By all means, maybe some tweezers should do this.
If you're finicky.
Yeah. Which, sorry, I am on this one. On this one specifically, you know. But in terms of like the overall appeal. With the stickers, it looks great.
It does.
You know, it looks fantastic. So, to the back here, in terms of styling, I think it looks great.
Yeah.
Like we talked about kind of at the beginning of the video, and like you put this whole back end together, you know, the way this kind of goes, I think was really, it's really well done. It's really nice.
And I've never seen these pieces before with the holes.
You know what they sometimes get used for actually is minifig heads. You can put them over.
Yeah, that makes
like
sense.
they kind of work as like a something to attach more pieces to.
I've just never seen them in a set.
Yeah, past that, I don't think. I know, for example, the Brick Bank uses them when you're making the lights, but like I have to think about where I would see these. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they are nice pieces. They're really useful.
Neat.
Yeah, they're very useful. And like I said, having this effect with the bigger and the smaller, like the R34 has, really nice. One thing I like is having, you know, these are supposed to represent the underglow. The only kind of problem is, as you can see, like underglow on a car goes, you know, the entire side, front, and back. And on this, you don't have anything in the front, but there is a reason for that, and that's because the car actually has some rake when you set it down, so you can see this area is lower to the surface of the table or whatever you have it on than this area. So it's a little nitpick. I actually really like the way it looks with the rake, so I don't mind, especially because like otherwise you're just like, oh, let me flip it over and see, you know. But just something to know why they didn't continue that there is just because it would have been floating kind of on those pieces then. The car wouldn't have rolled. One thing that's a little disappointing, if you want to talk about the glass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Came out of the bag scratched.
Yeah, and that's a common thing with glass Lego pieces.
Yeah. And like it is a $25 set, but also if we can have separate bags for weird little pieces, we could either have a separate bag for these or a piece of plastic to peel.
Yeah, a piece of plastic to peel would actually think be really good. And it's kind of interesting because like our back windshield doesn't really have any scratching, but the front does.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's just one of those things where like I don't care that much, but I know some people will care that much. You know what I mean? And if you're one of those people, that type of stuff will bother you.
Yeah.
So like I said, if you did have like a piece of peel plastic or in a separate bag where they wouldn't get kind of jumbled around and scratched by other parts, that would be, you know, a nice thing to kind of have. Let's take a quick look on the inside here. Like we said, we have the printed seat back, which is really nice. It's a really cool little piece. We have the cute little 3 nitrous bottles with little top valves on them. I love that. I'm just like, this is fantastic. And the fact that like so chrome and like pop, you know, really great. This is supposed to represent part of the roll cage. Same with the little piece back here. It's supposed to represent some bars from the cage, which is really cool. The interior itself, for what it is, I think it looks great.
Yeah.
In the movie, you know, he does only have one seat because he has a bunch of nitrous bottles next to. You know,
Who needs passengers?
It's just nice that it's very accurate in that sense, you know. I think the only thing I would change, and it's not even really that I would change, because Lego doesn't really sell it. They do sell a light kit for this car. And like we were talking about while we were building it, like most of the light kits that are sold for like the Speed Champs, I don't particularly care. But because this car is, let's be realistic, it's special to me, you know? And it has the underglows and it has these kind of extra little effects along the way. We'll probably get that. The only kind of downside is like the same price as buying the car. But, you know, it is what it is. And that should light up the headlights, the underglow, and the tail lights. Yeah, I believe that's it. There might be like a little exhaust one, I don't remember. But yeah, all things considered, I think it's a really fun build. It's an interestingly, because like if you look at the side here, it looks very simple. Yeah. But if you get into like here in the front, it's much more complex and detailed. So it's equally like a very complex, but equally very like not complex build. Yeah. So all in all, I really like it. It was something I was definitely going to get with being such a big Fast and Furious fan. So yeah, y'all should buy it.
It's neat.
It's great. Get your little Brian O'Connor figure. Right. With his little oversized wrench. Yeah. Maybe one day I'll be good enough where we can have him like build the car with the little wrench. No. Stop motion.
Christine.
Oh, just run him over. That's fine. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. If you could, please like, comment, talk to us about it. If you've built this, let us know. If you haven't built this but you want to, again, let us know. Give us your opinions on it. I think that's about it. Yeah. Yeah, so we will see you in the next one. Yep. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.